Beneath the veneer of a fresh start lurks a sinister secret. The promise of a new beginning, of new memories to be made, has brought a family to an old house nestled deep in the English countryside. An air of excitement and anticipation is palpable as they cross the threshold of their new home, a home that whispers tales of a bygone era. The house, in all its rustic charm, stands as a testament to a time long past, its character etched into every brick, every weathered wooden beam. There's a certain allure to it, an enchantment that lies in its quaint, old-world charm, making it feel like a place where stories come to life. They wander through the labyrinthine hallways, marveling at the old, creaky staircases, the high ceilings adorned with intricate moldings, the large, drafty windows that frame the picturesque landscape beyond. The house is a treasure trove of fascinating finds, hidden alcoves, and secret corners. Every room, every nook, every cranny seems to echo with a soft, hushed whisper of yesteryears. The family is enamored by their new abode, their hearts filled with hope and dreams of the delightful days to come. They look forward to the laughter that will fill these rooms, the warmth that will seep into these cold stone walls, the love that will breathe life into this old house once more. But amidst the joy, the excitement, the anticipation, there's an undercurrent of something else. Something that nips at the edges of their happiness, something that lurks in the shadows, waits in the silence. It's subtle, barely noticeable, but it's there. A sense of unease, a hint of dread that's hard to shake off. Yet they dismiss it, attributing it to the unfamiliarity, the newness of it all. They're eager to start their new life, to make this house their home, unaware of the chilling tale that's about to unfold, of the secret that lies hidden within these ancient walls. But little did they know, an untouched room in the house holds a mystery that is about to unfold. The thrill of exploration can often lead to unexpected revelations. There's a particular allure to the unknown, like a siren song luring the curious closer. In this case, the family, our unsuspecting explorers, stumble upon a hidden room, an anomaly in their newly found dwelling, a room that wasn't on the blueprint, a room that time seemed to have forgotten. It's strange, isn't it? How a simple, unassuming door could conceal such a mystery. A door that once opened revealed a room filled with relics of the past. Old furniture, coated in layers of dust, stood as silent witnesses to the passage of time. The air, heavy with the smell of neglect, was stale and carried with it an almost palpable sense of intrigue. It was as though the room itself was a puzzle, waiting to be deciphered. The room was a time capsule. Each piece of furniture, each trinket that lay forgotten under the dust, seemed to have a story to tell. Perhaps stories of laughter and joy, or maybe whispers of sorrow and despair. The family, drawn in by the room's enigmatic charm, couldn't help but wonder about its history. Who had used it last? Why was it abandoned? Questions that begged for answers. Answers that remained shrouded in the room's silent mystery. As the family ventured deeper into the room, the atmosphere grew denser. The room seemed to come alive, its silence replaced by the faint echo of whispered secrets. Secrets that lay hidden for years, secrets that were now on the brink of being uncovered. Every creak of the wooden floor, every gust of wind that made the old drapes flutter, added to the suspense. There was something about the room that was unsettling. It wasn't just the dust or the antiquated furniture. There was a certain chill that seemed to linger in the air. A chill that wasn't just physical, but one that seemed to creep into the very marrow of their bones. The room, untouched and forgotten, seemed to emanate an eerie chill, a foreboding whisper of what's to come. When the past refuses to stay buried, it demands attention. And so it was with the family in the old house. As days turned into nights, the house began to reveal its secrets, one chilling incident at a time. It began subtly, almost unnoticeably, with objects mysteriously shifting places when no one was looking. A book would be displaced, a chair moved slightly askew, a glass set down one moment would be found on the other side of the room the next. As the days rolled on, the incidents became more frequent and increasingly unsettling. Whispers would slither through the house at night, soft and eerie, like the rustling of dry leaves on a windless night. They were unintelligible, yet carried a chilling sense of urgency. The family would wake in the dead of night, hearts pounding as these whispers wrapped around them like a cold, clammy shroud. And then there were the cold drafts. They would sweep through the house like spectral visitors, seeping through the cracks and crevices, leaving a trail of goosebumps in their wake. These drafts seemed to emanate from the forgotten room, as if it was breathing out the cold, stale air of the past. Every creak in the floorboards, every shadow that danced on the walls, every gust of wind that howled around the corners of the house, they all seemed to whisper the same eerie message. The house was alive with the echoes of its past. Each incident, each whisper, each cold draft served as a chilling reminder that the family was not alone. They were living with a presence that was unseen yet palpable, silent yet deafening, a presence that seemed to be tied to the forgotten room. These disturbances were not just random anomalies, they were a call, a beckoning from the past, reaching out to the present. They were a chilling testament to the fact that some secrets refuse to be forgotten, that some rooms hold more than just dust and cobwebs. As the disturbances grew, so did the family's fear. Something was very wrong. In pursuit of answers, one often stumbles upon unsettling truths. And so it was for the family, as they delved into the history of their new home, seeking reasons behind the peculiar events that had been unfolding. The family began their quest for knowledge in the local library, where old newspapers and dusty books held the secrets of the past. They learned about the house's previous owners, a family much like their own who had lived there years ago. The tale began innocently enough. A jovial couple, brimming with dreams of a fresh start, purchased the house. They had 2 children, a boy and a girl, both young and full of life. The family made the house their home, filling it with laughter and love. But as the years passed, the atmosphere in the house began to change. The children started reporting strange happenings. The girl claimed that she heard whispers in the night, eerie voices that echoed from the walls of the hidden room. The boy insisted that he saw shadows moving in the corners of his eyes, shapes that disappeared when he turned to look. Concerned, the parents sought help from local clergymen and spiritualists, but nothing seemed to quell the disturbances. The whispers grew louder, the shadows darker. The girl grew withdrawn, her laughter replaced by a chilling silence. The boy's eyes held a constant look of fear. Then, one day, the family vanished. No note, no traces, nothing. The house stood empty for years, its secrets locked away within the forgotten room. The local folks whispered about the family, their sudden disappearance becoming a chilling tale passed down through generations. The family's research painted a grim picture of the past, a tragic tale that hung over their new home like a dark cloud. It was unsettling, to say the least, to know that they now lived in a house with such a shadowy history. The family's history seemed to be echoing through the walls of the forgotten room, a chilling reminder of the past. When confronted with the unknown, the true test of courage begins. The hour had come for the family to face the enigma that had disrupted their peace, the uncanny entity inhabiting the forgotten room. Each member of the family had their role to play. The father, a rock in the storm, took the lead. His hands, though trembling, were firm as he grasped the rusted iron key. The mother, the heart of the family, carried a lantern, its warm glow a beacon of hope. The children, brave beyond their years, clutched at their parents' hands, their wide eyes reflecting a blend of fear and determination. Preparations had been made. A sense of foreboding hung in the air as the family moved closer to the room. The house seemed to hold its breath, its ominous silence echoing their mounting dread. Yet there was also a sense of resolve, a shared understanding that the only way to restore peace was to confront the eerie presence that had cast a shadow over their lives. The father turned the key in the lock, the sound echoing through the silence. The door creaked open, revealing the room untouched by time. The air was heavy, laden with a sense of anticipation. The family stood at the threshold, their hearts pounding in their chests, their breaths held in a suspended moment of fear and courage. As they crossed the boundary into the room, a chill swept over them, but they pressed on, driven by their unwavering determination. Each step felt like an eternity, as if time itself was distorted within the room. Yet they moved forward, united in their resolve to confront their fear. In the heart of the room, they paused, turning to face whatever lay in the shadows. Their faces reflected a mix of emotions: fear, uncertainty, courage, and determination. The room seemed to pulse around them, responding to their presence. As they stood in front of the room, hearts pounding, they knew they were about to face the unknown. The confrontation had begun, the family standing strong, ready to face whatever the forgotten room had in store. In the heart of darkness, the truth often lies. As they crossed the threshold into the forgotten room, an almost tangible shroud of cold dread envelops them, like a whispering wraith from times long past. This isn't just an old room forgotten by time and memory. It is a silent sentinel, bearing witness to secrets that were meant to stay buried in the shadows. Their breaths hitch in their throats, the air too thick, too heavy with the weight of 1,000 unspoken words. Their hearts pound in sync with the low, eerily rhythmic humming that seems to emanate from the very walls of the room. It's as if the room itself is alive, its pulse quickening in anticipation of the revelation. Their eyes, wide with fear and curiosity, dart around the room. Every corner, every crevice seems to hold a fragment of the chilling narrative that's about to unfold. A narrative that has been waiting, biding its time for years, maybe even centuries. The room, once forgotten, now commands their undivided attention. The atmosphere, thick with anticipation, is almost unbearable. The hair on their necks stands on end. Goosebumps ripple across their skin, as if unseen fingers trace a path along their spines. A shiver runs through them, not from the cold, but from the realization that they are not alone. The silence stretches on, a heavy blanket that muffles even the slightest sound. It's deafening, the kind of silence that screams louder than any words could. It's the silence that comes before a storm, the silence that holds its breath before a scream, the silence that promises an earth-shattering revelation. And then, as if the room itself decides that the time is ripe, the silence breaks. A sound so soft it's barely audible, yet so profound it sends chills down their spines. It's a voice, not quite human, not quite ghostly, but something in between. A voice from the past, a voice from the shadows, a voice that carries the weight of the room's dark secret. And then, in the midst of the chilling silence, they heard a voice. The revelation of a secret often leads to more questions than answers. The echo of a long-forgotten voice reverberated through the hidden room, a spectral whisper that carried a tale of dread and darkness. This was no mere room, it was a vault of secrets, a tomb of unspoken truths. The voice, spectral, haunting, revealed a shocking secret about the room. It had once been a sanctuary, a place of joy and laughter, but a darkness had descended, turning joy into fear, laughter into screams. The family stood frozen, their faces a tableau of horror and disbelief. The father's hands clenched in helpless fury, the mother's eyes wide with terror, the children clutching each other, their innocence shattered by the cruel revelation. They had stumbled upon a secret that had lain dormant for decades, a secret that was now a part of their lives, whether they liked it or not. The voice continued, its spectral tone weaving a tale of sorrow and regret. A tale of a family much like theirs who had once called this house their home. A family who had laughed, loved, and lived within these very walls. Until the day the darkness had come. Until the day the laughter had died. Until the day they had been forced to seal away a part of their home, a part of their lives, in a desperate bid to keep the darkness at bay. The story unfolded, each word a blow, each sentence a twist of the knife. The secret they had uncovered was not just a part of the house's past, it was a part of its very soul. A dark, festering wound that had been hidden away but never healed. And then, silence. The voice faded, its tale of dread and despair echoing in the stunned silence of the room. The family was left standing in the chilling quiet, their hearts pounding, their minds reeling from the revelation. As the voice faded, they were left with a chilling question that sent shivers down their spines. What happens now?